Are you stuck in a position that isn't a good fit? Well, if you answered yes to this question, you're going to want to stay tuned for this episode. I'm about to share with you why your position may not be such a good fit, as well as what to do about it. Assistants, if you would like more transformational strategies geared towards you, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when my weekly episodes go live. I'm Annie Croner of WholeAssistant.com, and on this episode of the Whole Assistant Show, we are talking all about values. I'll be sharing with you why values should play an important role in your career-making decisions, as well as how to align your career with your values. So when we find we're misaligned with our role or our position, it is for one of a few reasons. The first reason is how we came into the role. So perhaps we're looking for another role or another position, or we're trying to get started as an EA, and so we take the first thing that's given to us, which is totally normal, and then we find it's not quite the right fit for us. Or perhaps we're coming out of a really terrible work situation and we are just trying to find relief and we take anything. So we don't actually consider what it is we're going to look for in our next position, and we aren't strategic about what we want out of our career and out of our next position, so we'll take anything. So that's one reason, is because of how we came into the role. The second reason is that our position has morphed or shifted. Now, this happens a lot. It happens with startups, it happens with nonprofits, it happens in a lot of different scenarios where we were brought on to do one thing or to assist one person or to take care of one part of the business, and then everything kind of gets mixed up, and the position we're doing now is not the position that we initially signed up for. So that's another reason why we often feel misaligned, is because it's kind of like a bait and switch, right? We feel duped a little bit. Then the third and last reason, and the one we're covering today, is that our values can shift and change. And oftentimes this one is the most sneaky, because we may place blame elsewhere when there's nobody really to blame. It's just that our values have shifted. So I know for myself, I used to really enjoy working long hours, and I used to really be like the company person and the go-to person, and I still am those things. I do still really enjoy working for my executive, and I do still really enjoy adding value at the highest level, but I also now have a baby boy. So my values have shifted. I can no longer work into the evening because I've got to go home and take care of him. And that's an excellent example of our values kind of shifting and changing as we go through life. And they're meant to shift and change. We are meant to value different things as we go through the stages of life and as we desire different or more for ourselves. So just know that that is completely normal. If you're currently feeling misaligned with your role, I want to know about it. So please leave a comment below sharing why you're feeling misaligned. The question then becomes, how do we align our career with our values? Well, the first step is to get clear on what your values are. Until we know what our values are, it's going to be really hard to align anything with them, right? And the second step is to actually acknowledge how your current position is in alignment with your values. Oftentimes we'll see the misalignment and we will just focus on that. I actually want us to take a minute and acknowledge the alignment that is there. And I also want us to have an open and honest conversation with our executive or manager about the misalignment and about your values, so that your manager knows too, your executive knows too, like what you value in your job and what you value in your life, so that he can help guide you potentially into more things that will be more fulfilling for you in your career. And also, if you're planning on changing roles, I would strongly recommend that you take the time you need in order to get clear on your values, so that you know what you are looking for moving forward, and write it down. We get so excited when we get offered a job, and so we'll take anything if we are not clear on the position that we want and if we are not going for that position. So just be aware of those dynamics and how our brain works. And also just know that you will find a job, so take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You will find a position that will fit your values. You just kind of have to hang in there until you do. And the last thing you want is to jump from career that doesn't fit your values to another career that doesn't fit your values, or rather position that doesn't fit your values. So just be aware of those dynamics and be aware of how your brain will want to try and save you by getting you into the next position, but that may not be the best option if the position does not align with your values. Hopefully this episode has given you some good clarity as to why you're feeling misaligned in your current position, as well as giving you some good food for thought for how to proceed. I help assistants get everything done free from overwhelm and burnout. If you're curious whether working with me in a coaching capacity is right for you, please email me at annie@wholeassistant.com to schedule your free 20-minute discovery call. To continue the discussion and receive support from your fellow assistants and administrative professionals, please head on over to facebook.com/groups/wholeassistant to join our assistants-only community. If you like this episode, please let me know by hitting the like button below. Also, be sure to subscribe and share this episode with your fellow assistants and administrative professionals. And last but not least, if this video has helped you in some way, I want to know about it. So please leave a comment below sharing how.